today we are going to be building on our knowledge from yesterday, and we're going to be looking at multiplying by 100. So today your daily fluency, I'd like you to pause the video and I'd like you to have a go at the fluency questions on your screen. Okay, let's go through these answers. So 10 times 87, you should know this from yesterday. We're making it 10 times bigger, so 10 times 87 is 870. Centimetres to metres. If you know this, you know that 100 centimetres are in 1 metre. So if we have 100 centimetres in 1 metre, we need to work out how many are in 3. So the answer is 300 centimetres. Number 3, 5 squared is the same as 25. We multiply it by itself twice, 5 times 5. And here we can swap our numbers around to help us like we did yesterday. So 2 times 5 is 10. 10 times 37 is 317. Well done if you got all of those correct. Here we have 100 represented using a base 10 equipment. Here we have added an additional 4 lots of 100. So we have 100 base unit 5 times. So we could write this in some different ways. First way we could write it is 5 times 100. We know 5 times 100 is 500. We can also write it using numbers. So we could say 5 times 100 equals 500. Equally, from our commutative law, we know that we can swap these two numbers around and still have the same answer. Therefore, 100 times 5 is also 500. Now, I'd like you to pause the video and have a think. How could we work this question out to help us using our knowledge of what we learned yesterday? Have you got it? So, let's have a look at our 6 and 9. So we can move our 6 and 9 around to be able to help us work out this question. So we could do 6 times 9 times 100. We know that 6 times 9 is 54. Therefore, we know if we multiplied 54 by 100 and we are making it 100 times bigger, the answer is 5,400. Now, here we are going to have to do something slightly different because we already have the answer that was made 100 times bigger. So if you have a look at our place value chart, here we have the number 1,300, which is our number up here. Now this is going to come in handy in a minute because we are going to have to work this sum out differently. So if we already have the answer, that means that our numbers have already been multiplied. So if we need to do the opposite and the inverse, we need to do the opposite of multiply. Therefore, we need to divide the number. So rather than making it 100 times bigger, we now need to make this number 100 times smaller. So what number, when it is made 100 times greater, is equal to 1,300? So if we move our hundreds numbers and our thousands number, we have a new number that's now 130. However, this has now only been made 10 times smaller. We need to make this number 100 times smaller. So we need to make it 10 times smaller again. So when we move our numbers down to our place value, we have a new number created. Every number is moved twice because we are now dividing by 100 and our new number is 13. Therefore, 13 multiplied by 100 gives us 1,300. Pause the video and have a go at the questions on the screen for me. Okay, let's go through those answers together then. So 100 times 44, making it 400 times bigger, is 4,400. This one is going to be the same as the one we've done before. We're going to have to make it 100 times smaller. Therefore, the answer is 51. Here, I'm looking for a squared number multiplied by 100. Okay, we know that 6 multiplied by itself gives us 36. Therefore, the square number is 6 squared. And this question here is 1,500. We know that 100 times 13 is 1,300. Therefore, this has to equal 1,300. But if we're taking 200 away, this number must be bigger than this number to allow us to take the 200 away and give us the 1,300. Well done if you got those all correct. I'd like you to pause the video and have a go at questions 1 to 5 on your worksheet. Okay. When we are multiplying and dividing by 10 and 100, it's a very useful skill to have, especially when we're looking at units of measurements such as centimetres and metres. So let's have an exploration of this question. So how many centimetres are equal to 7 metres? I'd like to have a pause of the video. What key fact do you think we need to answer this question? So what do I need to know that's going to help me answer that question above? Okay, we need to actually convert centimetres and metres. So here it is. So 1 metre is the same as 100 centimetres. So here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, we have 7 lots of 100 centimetres. Therefore, our number sentence is going to be 100 times 7. We know that 100 times 7 is going to be 700 centimetres. Here, you need to fill in the missing gap using one of our equalities, be it smaller than, bigger than, or the same as. So, if we have a look at these questions, we have 50 times 100 and we have 10 times 500. So what I would do, let's work out each side so that we can then work out the missing inequality. So 50 times 100 is the same as 5,000. 10 times 500 is also the same as 5,000. Therefore, we know that these sums are equal to each other. This one here, this is 10 times 49, and this is 48 times 100. Now, I don't think we need to work out the missing answers here, because this one is being multiplied by 10, and this one is being multiplied by 100. Now, although 48 is smaller than 49, we are making this 100 times bigger. Therefore, 48 times 100 is greater than 10 times 49. I'd like to pause the video and have a go at filling in the missing inequalities, thinking about how you might rearrange your number sentences to help you answer the questions. Let's go through these together. So, we would rearrange our 10 and 10 round, so it would be 10 times 10 times 29. Now, we know that 10 times 10 is 100, so we'd rewrite our number sentence as 100 times 29. Over here, we know that 2 times 50 is also 100, so we could rewrite this as 100 times 29. Now, you may notice both these sums are exactly the same, therefore our missing inequality must be equal to. Now, looking at this question, 100 times 91, and here we have 92 add 100. We know that multiplying a number by 100 is going to give us a much greater number than if we are only adding 100. Therefore, we know that 100 times 91 is greater than 92 add 100. So, we've had a look at some base 10 at the beginning of the PowerPoint, so let's explore this using another problem-solving question. Tommy has some 100 square pieces in his base 10. He has 23 lots of 100 pieces. What number has he made? So he's got 100 and he's got them 23 times. Therefore, our number sentence will be 100 times 23, which is 2,300. Tommy now changes the pieces that he has. He now has 47 pieces in total. 21 of his pieces are 10s and the rest are 100. What number has he made? Now, I'd like to pause the video and have a think. What method could we use that we've explored before that's going to help us work out what that missing number is for his 100 square pieces? Okay, let's see if you got it. Can we use our part-whole to help us with this question? We know that the total number is 47. This is going to be our total. What other key information do we have? Well, let's have a look at the question. Well, I know that he has 21 of his pieces that are 10s, so I can fill in one of these missing circles here as 21. This represents the number of 10 pieces he has. How am I going to work out that missing number? Well, let's try 47 take away 21. We know that that is going to give us 26. Therefore, the rest of the squares that he has there are hundreds, he has 26 pieces. So now we need to work out what our number sentence is going to be. So we have to do some multiplication now. Our problem is not quite yet finished. We now need to work out how many pieces he's then got for all of those numbers. So we have 10 squares and he has them 21 times. For the hundreds, he has those 26 times. Therefore, the number sentence for this one would be 10 times 21. The answer would be 210. And here my number sentence would be 100 times 26, which is going to give us 2,600. So in total, we now have to add those two numbers together to work out what number he has made. So 210, we're going to add 2,600, and the answer is 2,810. I'd like you to have a go at the rest of the questions on your worksheet, please.